All right, we are March 6th today. We are looking at the real estate market in Durham Region for February 2023. Thanks for joining me. Happy to give you my insights and thoughts as to what I'm seeing in the real estate market. First off, here's our Durham Region housing report. From a mortgage standpoint, we are at an overnight lending rate of 4.5%. We are still waiting for March's interest rate announcement, which Tiff Macklem has said he's going to pause. We'll see if he does, and it stays at 4.5%, which is giving us the prime rate of 6.7%. So usually your mortgage will be based off that prime rate. Here's your 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year fixed rate mortgages, which as you know, does get tied to the bond market. So our 5 year bond over that 6 month period has been pretty stable. We have seen it come up from these lows where we were down to 2.8. This is when in January, we were getting a lot of people celebrating that this bond market was going down, but it has since creeped back up, and we're sitting at 3.5 currently on March 6th. So that will have an effect on your fixed rate mortgages, right? So if you are coming up for renewal, that is what you would want to keep an eye on. And of course, the Bank of Canada rate or the prime rate is adjusted, will affect your HELOCs, your variable rate products, or your adjustable rate products as well. If they keep it paused like they said they will, then yeah, things will be okay. But my fear is the Feds are not saying they're going to pause. The Americans are saying that they're going to keep raising to get inflation down, which could have an effect on the Canadian dollar. We could see the Canadian dollar dropping dramatically if we do pause rates and the Americans continue to raise. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, if we go to the market itself, we'll go back to our screen here where we're having a look at the Oshawa market. And yeah, you can see that we still had our big increase, and then we finished off at a $750,000 median price point, which ironically is the exact same median price point we had 2 years to the day. So we've gone all the way up and then all the way back down, and we seem to be holding stable at this price point. And again, if you look at July of this past year, so 6 months ago, we were sitting at 740. So we have seen this stability, and a lot of that has been caused from the lack of inventory. So we did get a little bit more inventory, new listings 298 this month. But as you can see, this blue line here, it has been trending down. And, January and December were historic lows of inventory on the market. So we're just not seeing that supply come up. And you can see how that affects the absorption rate of going back towards just slightly into a seller's market for February. And we have been seeing that with the multiple offers that we've been getting. Yes, it has been pretty consistent of people now going back to that list low strategy, hold back offers. And again, as you saw, it's not really affecting price. It's not affecting overall price. What it is getting is firm offers again. There is competition for those hot listings that are priced correctly. There's still a lot of stale listings that are sitting on the market from people trying to chase those January, February, March highs, and not either accepting or can accept the fact that their house has lost 23 to 30% depending on the product. So yeah, that's where we're sitting here. If we want to look at a few other markets in Durham Region, you will see the consistency of that. Ajax is actually one of the hotter markets and going up quite a bit month over month here. So you can see up to 958, where 2 years ago it was at 918. So Ajax has actually come up quite a bit, but it did drop 25% from 1 year ago, which is this big peak right here. Going to Pickering, similar numbers. They've actually kind of decreased a little bit. So they're down to 855, where 2 years ago they were 907, and then a year ago up to that 1.25. So you can see they've come down a little bit in Pickering. And let's have a look at Whitby. Whitby was 960, and then 2 years ago they were also exactly 960. So Whitby, like Oshawa, has come around full circle, just 960 instead of the 750. as there is that premium. And then of course the peak of the market was that 1.3 number. So that's Whitby for you. And then lastly, we'll look at Clarington. So Clarington, there again, as you can see, the consistent pattern here of 805, 2 years, they were 815. And then 1 year ago, they were at 1.1. So very consistent trends between all the areas in Durham region for median price of a year ago, anywhere from 25 to 30% drop from that peak a year ago, and right back to the same price that we were at 2 years ago. And then unless we start seeing some more inventory come on the market, we should expect more of the same. I am personally surprised we're not seeing more inventory. The cost of living has become extremely high. People doing refinances on adjustable rate mortgages are feeling the pinch. So I don't know if this is just people being resilient, not wanting to sell, or trying to figure out ways before things go bad. And it really will be interesting to keep an eye on what the Bank of Canada does, and of course that 5-year bond, and how that's going to play out. So yeah, that's my thoughts for the market of February 2023. Again, I will have another video next month going over some of the same details. Oh, there was one last item I wanted to show you, which I thought was kind of neat. So this is from the Durham Region of Realtors report, which is this keyword search, and it kind of goes with the same trend of what people are looking for. So the top one here being bungalow, and then you have suite, in-law suite, basement suite. So for my investor friends, those in-law suites, those bungalows with legal second suites are still in demand. Parking, I talk about parking a lot. I actually just turned down a deal because the parking wasn't substantial. So that is such a key item. We talk about that in legal second suites, that if you have that second parking spot for that basement suite, it certainly helps you get a better tenant and rent it out quicker. So you can see it is on people's minds when they're searching on Realtor, is looking for parking. Walkout basement, finished basement, workshops, loft, things like that. People are looking for value in their homes. So if this is something you're investing in or looking to purchase, there's a few keywords there for you. So that's all I got for you this month. Hope you enjoyed. Please drop a like or give me a like, drop a comment, and let me know your thoughts on how things are going. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.